Welcome back to my channel. In today's video I thought it'd be a really fun video to share with you guys everything that I learned at my hair and makeup beauty course that I did with Jodie Eleanor. To start off with, I am putting concealer on. You always have to put your makeup on the back of your hand because this is more hygienic, or on an eyeshadow palette. I found this technique really fun and I do it all the time now because I find that it just helps the way I put my eyeshadow on. I'm using a flat brush that I got off of Shein, and the concealer that I'm using is the Lasting Perfection concealer. I love this concealer. It's such a good concealer. I also done my eyebrows first, but I done them off camera because it would take me a full video in one to film that as well. I do not have all of the makeup products that I used at the hair and beauty makeup course yet because I am in the middle of building up my makeup kit and starting it all again. So I will do an updated video of the makeup stuff that I use in the hair and makeup beauty course. I will also show a video of my whole makeup kit. I love my makeup kit. I am now just blending out the concealer onto the other eye. I love this flat brush to do this with because I find that it really gets all of the blending out properly and it gets all of the details, and it's just a good brush to use. So if you want to use a brush, use like a flat brush because this is the best brush to blend it all out with. I still need to get my Appear Louise brushes because she did actually mention that those were the best brushes, so I'm also going to get them as well and try them out too. What I would just also say, I do sometimes forget to show you that you have to put it on the back of your hand first because they are my own makeup products. I'm just used to putting it straight on my face. But if I was to do this professionally and with other makeup in my makeup kit, I would put it on the back of my hand first, or an eyeshadow palette. But I just forget because this is my own makeup and I just feel more comfortable doing that. But I would do it professionally if it was other makeup and on someone else. The next step that I learned at my hair and beauty makeup course is that I have to powder my eyes. Now, I didn't even know this was a thing until my hair and makeup course, and I've been obsessed with doing this because it just sets your eyeshadow in place and it just looks so nice and I love it. Also just randomly picked one up from a beauty outlet until I can see what one I have to actually use first, but this one was also really good for my eyes. It is now time for eyeshadow. If you have seen my other YouTube videos, you would know that I would just jump right into the eyeshadow without even setting a base on. I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow palette. We do actually use different eyeshadow palettes, but when I get them, I will show an updated version. I'm also just using a random Morphe Ariel brush, and I do want to try the P. Louise ones because they're meant to be the best ones, but I do also love the Ariel Morphe brushes. They're so good and they blend out so well. I'm also just using a lighter orangey base. I did try and get my eyeshadow like a bridal makeup look that a bridal would normally use on her eyes, and I feel like I did an okay job of it, but this is my first time trying out a bridal makeup look, and I did do it on myself because I just wanted to know what it would look like, and I do actually love the way it turned out in the end. I also learned some new tips and tricks on how to do eyeshadow, and I feel like it has made a massive change to my eyeshadow because I always struggled with putting my eyeshadow on and just blending it for ages. So you start off with the top and then just blend over the top and just blend that for a while, and you have to try not to get to the lid of the eye because that is where another base of the eyeshadow will go, and the glitter. So that is what I have learned as well. I never used to do this before, but I also learned that if you hold your eye and lift it up, it does give a good blending shape to your eyeshadow. I have been doing this trick ever since I learned it, and it has been a game changer to the way I do my eyeshadow. I now love the way I put my eyeshadow on because of this trick right here. As you can see, it is just blending so seamlessly and so nicely, and I haven't gone too far down to the lid, but I do need to get better practice and not going really close to the lid. I'm now just taking a light pinky shade because I just want that nice tone on the lid of my eye. We did also use Charlotte Tilbury mini eyeshadow palettes, but I don't actually have that yet, so this is as close as I could get to a lighter base. I'm just taking the lighter shade and blending it all out on the bottom of the lid, and that is what I love about this eyeshadow. It just looks really nice and subtle, and I love a subtle eyeshadow look. The next step is one of my favourite parts, and that is the glitter. I decided to go for this goldy glitter. I just feel like it would look so nice with this eyeshadow look. Did have to put a tiny little bit on my brush and just build it up. You did also have to use like a cream glitter before the shimmer, but I don't actually have that now because I haven't purchased it yet, but when I do I will show a full update of everything. So this is technically showing little parts that I learned at the hair and beauty course, not all of it because I don't actually have all of the products yet, but I was just so excited to share with you guys what I learned and my new tips and tricks of eyeshadow and things like that. So I do go overboard with the glitter, so I did build it up and put a tiny little bit on because glitter is one of my downfalls. I go over the top with glitter because I love a good shimmer and a good glitter. Next step is eyeliner. I didn't actually have the Charlotte Tilbury pencil or a dip eyebrow pencil, but I will purchase that soon. So I just used this Morphe eyeshadow palette for it, and I feel like it worked perfectly fine. I love the way the eyeliner looked, and I didn't go all the way. I didn't add a flick. Normally I would, but I did prefer this look without the flick. You could either do both. You could add a flick or not add a flick, and I chose not to add a flick. Next step is eyelashes. I used some Made by Mitchell eyelashes. I wasn't sure whether these would work or not because I didn't want it to look like a glam makeup look. I wanted it to look more subtle, like a bridal. Next step is my face, one of my favourite parts. I am using a Fit Me Maybelline primer for now, but she did send over a list of skin prep that I will actually try out as well. I do love this Fit Me primer though. I think it's by Maybelline. It is a really good primer and it holds on to the makeup so long and definitely lasts all day. The other day I went shopping and I did actually purchase the NARS foundation, and I've never tried this before, so I'm really excited to try this one. I think it was a liquid one. I didn't notice that until I brought it because I didn't actually look. I just saw the NARS and picked up the right shade for it, but I feel like this was also really good, and I do love a liquid foundation, and overall I think this is going to be one of my new favourite foundations that I will wear every single day in my makeup routine. I forgot how much I love NARS because I haven't used it in a while. Also have to put this on the back of your hand and then grab a brush to apply it onto your face, but you don't actually have to put this much on. I did get a little bit carried away, but I will show you the other technique in the updated version of this video. Actually use a beauty blender or a brush. I showed how you can do it with both. So this is my Clomana marshmallow sponge shape one that I'm using, and it just blends in so well. I love the Clomana marshmallow sponges. They're so good. I do think the Clomana sponges are the best sponges to use if you were to do something like this because they're just so squishy and they blend out so easily, and they're just really easy to work with and just blend it out so seamlessly and so nicely. Normally when you get a beauty sponge it does leave a few streaks, but I find with these Clomana ones it does not do that, and it's so good to use. Only brushes that I have at the moment are the L'Oreal Morphe brushes. But these are really good brushes to use if you want that nice soft look, and I feel like they're really easy to apply onto your face and they just work so well. They're just really nice brushes in general. They are actually one of my favourite brushes, so I probably will use these as well as the Pia Louise ones. This is the concealer that I actually had as well, the Maybelline concealer. I love this. I've been using this for the longest time. It is the perfect concealer and I just love the way it goes on. I also want to try out other concealers as well that she did recommend, so I will be doing some more updated videos. So keep your eyes open for them on my channel because they'll be coming very soon. I am also just using the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter for a little bit of glow, and not too much glow, just that nice subtle glow because I don't want this to look like a glam look. I do want this to be bridal. I'm just using the back of my hand for this and it's just a random eyeshadow brush, but I'm so excited to use the P. Louise ones and see what they're all about. Next step for this look is the blush. For my blush, I'm actually using the Dior blush. I felt like this blush would look really nice and really subtle because that's what this blush gives off. I am actually using my Zoeva brush to blend this out. This is a really good brush. I love the Zoeva blush and I feel like this sort of shape of brush is perfect to apply your blush with. Next step is powder. For my powder, I am using the Huda Beauty powder. We did actually get recommended to use the Charlotte Tilbury medium powder, so I'm really excited to try that as I don't really try other powders and I really need to start venturing out to different powders. I'm using the Trigwell Cosmetic Powder Puff for this because I feel like it's smaller and it will get in all of the places and I do not want to cover up the blush. I only want a little tiny bit of powder. For my contour, I'm going to be using the Made by Mitchell curve case. I'm going to use the warmer tones just because I don't want it to give off a glam look. I just want it to be subtle and nice contour. Bronzer that I'm going to be using is the new Made by Mitchell Bronze Pods, and I'm using just a random Ariel brush for this because I couldn't find any of my bronzer brushes, but I felt like this worked really well and I love the new Bronze Pods by Made by Mitchell. Highlighter that I'll be using is the Kiko highlighter and a little travel brush by Charlotte Tilbury because I love these sort of brushes to do my highlighter with. Also added on a MAC Strobe Light Cream highlighter, and this is one of my favorites. It's so subtle and it just looks really nice, and I thought it would be perfect for this bridal makeup look. As you can see here when I swatch it for you, it's just such a nice highlighter. It's not too in your face, it's just really subtle and you can apply however much you want on it and it will just still look insane. I love this. I need to actually see if MAC do any more because I'm running out slowly and I'm so sad about it. Next step that I got taught at the hair and makeup beauty course is to actually underline your eyes and just put a random eyeshadow on it as well. To do this when it's the last step, and normally I'd be finished by now, but I do actually love this trick. It just looks so nice and so subtle. I am using a flat brush by Morphe to apply my eyeshadow with. Step is mascara. I would normally use the Better Than Sex mascara by Too Faced, but I did also get given this little sample from Hourglass, so I decided to try this and I am obsessed. I love this. Lipstick, I decided to use the Made by Mitchell lipstick, and I'm also so annoyed because I put my mirror up too high and you can't actually see me applying the lipstick on, which is great, but that's what I use for my lips. Setting spray, I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury airbrush setting spray because I find that this works so well on my face and lasts a long time. Is the finished makeup look. I love how it turned out. It is one of my new favourite makeup looks, and this is one of my new favourite videos that I have ever created on my channel, and I had such a fun time at the hair and makeup beauty course by Jodie and Ella. It was really fun and I learned lots of new tips and tricks. If you'd like to see some other posts about that, I do post it on my Instagram on my hair and makeup page, so we'll leave that link down below if you'd like to see. Do the hair and makeup beauty course for about 5 days straight, and it was really fun learning all new different things. If you'd like to see sort of like similar looks to the hairstyle that we did, I would definitely upload that as well. If you enjoyed watching this video, please don't forget to give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you again in my next video.